So recently I did a video regarding the reveal of the Masterpiece Jetfire, Skyfire, whatever, whichever one you want to call it. And I kind of gave my opinion on the fact that I didn't really want the figure because I had the Siege Commander class Jetfire, and I didn't see the merit of me wanting to pay money for that figure when I had the Siege figure, which to me filled the void in my collection for a Masterpiece version of that figure. And that got me thinking, what other mainline figures in my collection would hit that level, would sort of hit that bar that was set by the Siege Jetfire? And I was like, man, that got me looking through the collection, and I came up with the criteria of it had to have a third party or a main release of a Masterpiece figure. And so I started rifling through my collection of my mainline figures, and I came up with what I think is a pretty decent list. And mind you, this list isn't for everyone. People are going to have differing opinions, and that's what the comment section is going to be for. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you the figures in my collection that I feel not only meet the standard of what a Masterpiece would be, but in some cases exceed it. So let's just start off with the guy that got me thinking about all this, Siege Jetfire. Now, in my previous video, I said this is, to me, the best version of this character. And, you know, the Masterpiece might, for some people, be the definitive version, but I'm sorry, I can't see past this figure. This thing is magnificent. The paint's great. It poses great. The accessory count is outstanding. It checks all the boxes for me for what I want in a Masterpiece, quote unquote, style figure. And I don't think, as much as I think the Masterpiece Jetfire looks good, I just don't see it surpassing this. So yeah, Siege Jetfire. So next up, let's get a little controversial, huh? Let's have some fun. Kingdom Inferno. Now, this figure literally did everything that Grapple did, but a million times better. This thing is so well done. I mean, other than taking the actual ladder and tucking it into his chest, collapsing it down into his chest, this guy does everything you need for an Inferno figure for a quarter of the price. Like, it poses well, great accessory count, it's great paint, it's just a well done figure. I mean, I like the head sculpt. I love this figure. And I mean, honestly, like, I don't need a Masterpiece Inferno because I have this Inferno, which I think is a fantastic Inferno. Now I want to continue the controversial train. Yeah, this one I wasn't originally going to put this on the list, but after interacting with it and interacting with a third-party version of this figure that I have that's really good, but I just feel like I can throw this guy on the list after interacting with him, and that is Siege Leader Class Shockwave. Now, this is the Galactic Man version of Shockwave because I like the Galactic Man layout better. And yeah, when this guy first came out, controversy was afoot because this was a tiny figure. This was a Voyager figure with a bunch of like accessories tossed in. But based on what we're getting now in Leader Class, in a lot of cases, this guy has clickety ratchets, he has unbelievable posing. He just, the light piping for the eye, for his eye visor, or whatever you want to call it, in the middle of his head is great. The paint is great on both versions, the main version and the Galactic Man recolor. But man, oh man, this is a monumental figure. Yeah, it's tiny. It is tiny, but it's great. And I have to give it props. This, honestly, I interact with this one more than I do my actual third-party MP figure. That guy's just sitting around collecting dust. This is the guy I interact with. This is the guy I enjoy. So yeah, Siege Shockwave. So if you want to talk about the definitive version of a mainline character, mainline figure, look no further than this guy. And I'm talking about the Siege / Earthrise Astro Train. Now this guy is legit. It is a legit figure. Yes, the shuttle mode suffers. Yes, there's like, his arms are hollow. Sure, fine. But it is a good damn figure. This is, I mean, it's, once again, tiny figure. But what you're getting with this tiny figure is the best mainline version of Astro Train that is probably going to ever, and I mean ever, be made. And it does everything right. There are people who don't like this figure because of the size. You know, people can gripe all they want about it. What they can't gripe about is the accuracy. They can't gripe about the fact that it is a chunky little guy. He's a chunky little guy. Comes with a great amount of guns, and just I mean, the configurations are just endless with this guy. You know, his coal cart is just, you know, I love this thing. I love this thing. I think this thing, with an upgrade kit, if you attach the upgrade, if you get the upgrade kit, this guy is the best Astro Train that money can buy. You get inherent value in that. Or you can do like I did and pay $300 for the, what is it, the Fans Toys Thomas? Or you can get this guy at $50. I think you can still find him online for $50. Get this guy. Amazingly well done. Now this guy should go without saying. Anything. I don't really need to say much. Kingdom Megatron. Do I have to say anything else? I mean, the skin in dinosaur mode, it's just, I would put this up against Jurassic Park figures. I mean, it's so good that they literally did a Jurassic Park version of this figure. And I mean, I'd put this up against anything. It is amazing. I as much as I enjoy the Masterpiece version of this figure for its screen accuracy, its size, everything, it's also like $330 versus this guy $50, and I feel like he does just as much. My opinion, I like this version better. It feels like a premium figure, even though it's mainline. Remove the Hasbro tag from it. If you were to get this in the mail, like let's say you were in a coma for 5-10 years and you woke up and somebody said, hey, you collect Transformers? Here, take this. And you saw this thing, your head would spin. You would be blessed to have this thing. This thing, to me, is just as good as the Masterpiece on a mainline budget. Just as good. So next up is a figure. When the leaked pictures were coming out, I hated it. When the reveal happened, I hated it. When the pre-orders went up, I hated it more. And then I got the figure. And yeah, gotta give credit where credit is due. Commander Clash Rodimus Prime. I hate having him on this list, but I gotta take this L. I gotta hold an L for this one. Because this guy is, he's just so damn good. I hate it. I hate admitting it. This is one of those figures that's like currently sits on my desk all the time. It's him, Peru Kill from Unique Toys, and and Jetfire, the Siege Jetfire, are constantly on my desk. Almost every day I interact with them. I love this figure, despite all the things I said about him. He poses insanely good. He looks insanely good. He's painted up the wazoo. The trailer, I mean, the trailer I use for, like, I just kind of use as like background fodder, but I mean, I love this robot mode. I love the posability. It's just a fun freaking figure. And I got it for $58 out the door, shipping and tax and everything. If you can get this guy for that price, I hope you cashed in on that sale Hasbro recently had and you were able to get this guy. Because if you did, for 40% off of what they were asking, you got something special. This is a legit figure. As much as I hate to admit it, it's a legit figure. Next up, by all means, you can get mad about this one. I can't be mad about this one. And that's the Commander Class Skylynx. A lot of people don't like this figure because of how basic he is. And he is a basic B of a figure. He is like, his transformation is so fast. Like, I mean, I can transform this dude in like less than a minute. In some cases, like depending on how raw I'm feeling that day, I can transfer this dude in like a minute because he's so basic. And people hate that about this figure. But this is a bulky, just well freaking done. And there's third-party versions of him out there that people prefer. And I'm sorry, but this guy, he checks all the boxes. Top to bottom, front to back. He checks all the boxes. He does everything. He even has a base mode that's legit. Like, the actual Lynx, I put him up there with like the Voltron Lions from Chigokin. You can't beat this. And if you got this guy for, what was it, 72 at one point, if you got this guy, you got a fantastic figure. If you sold this guy, I'm sorry for you. I feel sorry for you, because this is it right here. This is the best Skylynx. To me, this is the best Skylynx on the market. Bottom line, end of story. People want to fight me over it, go right ahead. But you're not going to find a better Skylynx than this Skylynx. So I recently did a review on this guy, and that's Legacy Kingdom Blaster. My review says everything that needs to be said. I honestly was considering buying the Masterpiece version, the third-party Masterpiece version of this figure, and then I got this this Legacy Kingdom Legacy version, and I'm like, I don't know if I need him. I don't know if I need a Masterpiece style blaster. I'm probably going to end up getting it anyway, but still, like, this guy puts a lot of doubt in my mind because this guy is so well done. And I would actually put him up there with the Masterpiece versions. It's clean. That's a clean figure, man. That thing cleans up nice. The alt mode is perfect. I mean, yeah, it comes with eject. comes with his gun, accessory counts. Once again, I'm a big fan of accessory counts. You give me a good bunch of accessories, I'll shut up and take it. Just eject alone, I think, was a perfect accessory to have with them. They didn't give us any filler nonsense or make us wait for a pack of his tapes to come on Hasbro Pulse. They just gave us one right away. A lot of people don't like the clear plastic, but I'm here to tell you that clear plastic feels pretty damn sturdy. It's a great package, and I feel like it's up there. And in some cases, some versions, I gotta say, it more than exceeds some versions of Blaster. All right. So the Studio Series 86 figures, to me, have been the highlight of all Transformers of all time, because they've been consistently knocking it out the park. And this guy is, to me, as far as the 86 line, part of the creme de la creme of the Studio Series 86 line, and that is Voyager, wink wink, nudge nudge, haha, Hot Rod. And he has a bunch of gimmicks, he has a bunch of accessories, he transforms pretty cleanly outside of the legs poking out the back. The plastic in some places, I admit, they do feel kind of thin, and they feel breakable. I've transformed them quite a bit actually. Haven't broken them once, haven't cracked them, stressed the plastic, anything like that. But it has its flaws. But as many reviewers have said, if they were to blow this figure up and make him a larger figure, they would replace the Masterpiece Hot Rod with a upscaled version of this character, of this figure. And they're 100% correct. They were 100% correct. This is a well done figure. Poses well, very versatile with all the accessories. You can do whatever you want. All the gimmicks are there. This is a great Transformers experience. Like I said, granted, I know they had the clear plastic issue on the shoulders during the transformation. It has its flaws, but if you can work your way around those flaws, take your time, take it easy, I think when you're transforming it, I think you're in for a fantastic Transformers experience. If you haven't gotten this figure yet, I've seen them in stores. I've seen about 4 of them in 4 different stores, between 4 different stores. Get this figure. Just go get it and just be done with it. You will love it. You will love it. Once again, we're going to talk about the creme de la creme of the Studio Series 86, and that is Voyager, legit Voyager, Wreck-Gar. I love this Wreck-Gar figure. There's nothing else I can say about this figure. I love this figure. It is Wreck-Gar. The face is perfect. The alt mode is meh. The transformation is meh. But let's be honest here. How many people are really going to be in it for the transformation or for the alt mode? That's why they have the other Junkion figure coming out. And, you can just throw Wreck-Gar on that one. And there you go. Because this is the best Wreck-Gar I've ever experienced. I don't need a Masterpiece version of this figure. I had a Masterpiece version of this figure. I don't want the Masterpiece version of this figure anymore. I have this Wreck-Gar. I'm good. So continuing with the Studio Series 86 line, the king himself, me Grimlock. Yo, come on, man. You can't be serious. This is the shit right here. This dude is the man. When this dude came out, I was searching high and low because I couldn't get it online for anything under $80 because the scalpers were right on top of this bad boy. And I saw this one at a Target and I was like, yes sir. Threw it right in my cart, kept it moving. I knew exactly what I wanted when I saw this figure. This thing is legit, and it is now the standard bearer for all the Dinobots, because all the Dinobots that are coming out are to scale with this guy. This guy is legit. He is the true leader of the new leader class figures. Of all the new leader class figures, this is the guy. This is it. Big, bulky, fun. This is the guy right here. This is the man. That's it. That's all I got to say about him. That's all I got to say. Okay, so Studio Series 86, bringing it up again. Scourge, whatever you want to call him. Listen, this is another one. I wasn't going to put him on the list. I was like, oh, yeah, he's cool, he's good, but I don't know if he belongs on a list like this. But I'm like, compared to a lot of the other offerings that are out there, he's basically everything you need. Everything you need, everything that happens with all third-party figures, where you basically have to do these overly complex transformations to get him from one mode to the other. This guy literally just collapses into himself, and he's great. He's absolutely great. And you can even do that one dumb scene from the 86 movie where his head pokes up, and I'm like, dude, aren't y'all talking to each other anyway? Why do you need your head to poke up and look at people unless you want to, unless you're just showing off, you're trying to stunt in alt mode, go right ahead. But yeah, this dude is legit. Face sculpt's great. It looks like it jumped off the screen. This guy is legit. So yeah, just Scourge, that's my boy. I gotta give it to him. I gotta give him this. I gotta give him this one too. Oh man, where do we go from here? How do we go any further than this? Well, I'll tell you how. Behold, Galvatron. All hail. Probably my favorite version of Galvatron ever. This guy, granted, outside of posing fingers, posable fingers, you can't beat this guy. He looks great. He feels great. Transformation is great. The accessory count, great. This guy is the truth. And if you don't like the battle damage, or whatever you want to call it, the cosmic rust that's currently sitting on him on the Kingdom version, you can go out and get the Legacy version, which is cleaner than this guy. And I think they even brightened him up a little bit. But yeah, Galvatron is amazing. This is what leader class figures are supposed to be. Big, chunky, bulky, unbelievably posable. Outside of, I think it's like with his face, I have to, I might get an upgrade kit just for his face. But other than that, like, what else can you ask for from this guy? What more can you want from a Transformer than what Galvatron gives you? But yeah, this is the shit right here. This guy is, I don't need a masterpiece version of Galvatron when I have this guy sitting on my shelf. Now we're going to get to a figure who I could honestly argue for being one of the best mainline figures ever made. I could honestly make an argument for this guy. There's a few figures I'll make an argument for also if I need to, if someone tells me to exclude this guy from my list. But this might be the best mainline figure ever made. Kingdom Cyclonus. This guy is perfect. perfect. The face, the hands aren't posable, which, you know, can be a hamper on some poses you want to do when he's holding his big gun. But yeah, I mean, this guy didn't need a bunch of accessories. He didn't need anything. This is engineering perfection. It does everything it needs to do. I would honestly say it's almost as perfect as you can get to screen accuracy. And I don't see a reason to ever look at a masterpiece Cyclonus. You know, it's like a wedding vow. When I got this guy and I really messed around with him, it's like a wedding vow. I have forsaken all others. This guy is the truth. This guy is the truth. So, I mean, there's nothing else left to say. If you've handled this figure, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't handled this figure, I've seen 2 of them in stores. They're still out there floating around. Some of them are on clearance. Go get this figure if you don't own it. If you do own it, hold on to it, because don't ever sell it, because this is transforming mainline perfection. Engineering perfection. Yeah. But yeah, that's my list. So now it's your turn. I want you to get up in the comments and let me know what you think about this list. Was there a character I missed? Were there some figures you think I should have left off? It's totally on you now. I want you all to just get in there and tell me exactly how you feel about this. And yeah, please feel free, like, share, comment, subscribe. And with that said, be safe, be good. And this is the Drunken Prime, cracking open another beer and signing off.